Hi and welcome back. So here I just want to very briefly talk about the built-in and the standard types in Python. Not every type that we use in Python is actually part of the built-ins. They're actually defined in modules, though those types are in any respect. And so sometimes I get that question. So I just want to mention this in this context since we've been dealing with types now for a while using our own custom classes. These are types. We've been defining types inside our modules. So not all the types are in the built-in module. Now, certain types that we use commonly in Python are things like int and string and list and tuple and dictionary and others. They're actually in the standard, right, in the built-in module. So they're part of the built-in. So if we create a list equal to 1, 2, 3, then the type of L, we can write this code. Type L is list. List is a type. It's a class symbol. It's a symbol for a class, a type called list. And it lives in the built-in, so we can just use it directly, okay? So we can also use isInstance L comma list, and we get the same thing. In both cases, we get true. But some types are not directly available in the built-ins. The type instances are, we can create them inside our module, but the type that they are is not actually part of the built-ins, they're part of another module. So for example, functions. We can create a function in our module. We just say def and then the name of the function. But the type that this function is, right? Function is an object. It's an instance of some type, of some class. That class, that type is not defined in the built-ins. It's defined somewhere else. So functions are like that. Modules are like that. Generators are like that. And some others as well. So if we say def myfuncPass, so I've defined this function in my module, I can print the type of my func. So when I do that, it's going to give me this function, but it's a string, right? I've done a print on this. So function is just the representation, the string representation of that type that my func is, right? That's a string. But type of my func actually returns a type, right? Think of a class. It returns a class, just like type of an instance of, they say, my circle class is going to be of type myCircle, okay? So the same thing happens here. That's no different. So for that, we have to turn to the types module. So that function type exists in that module. So we can import the types module. We can define our function. And now we can take a look at the function type. It is called function type in the types module. So now the type of my func is types of function type. Or we can use the isInstance. In both cases, we'll get true back. And again, nothing fancy. It's just that some of these standard types that we use, the type themselves are not defined in the built-ins. We can go and find them in the types module. So I get that question sometimes. I thought I would address that now. So module type is in there as well. Function type is in there as well. Generator type is in there as well, and some others as well. If you want, you can take a look at the types module documentation and see what it has. All right, that's all I wanted to say on that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.